Conversations we have convened as part of the Epidemic Urbanism Initiative have made clear the ways in which the COVID-19 pandemic has made significant and lasting impacts on design and the practice of architecture more broadly, including questions of how and where the work and design and construction currently happens, and who and what it serves. As with the response to other urban and public health crises, the design profession has been called upon to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic. This has led to innovative design solutions to accommodate new cultural and social practices in the service of health promoting practices, along with a rethinking of client needs, design practice, and the role of architecture in post-pandemic society. To explore these questions and more in a specific context of practice, I am delighted to be joined today by Ondřej Chybík, who along with KRISTOF founded in 2010 Chybík and KRISTOF, a Czech architecture and urban design practice, which is based in Prague, Brno, and Bratislava. Thank you, Ondřej.
Hello, Catherine. Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me for such a very interesting panel, I would say, because as far as we are on the scene last decade, as you mentioned, we opened the studio in 2010, so we're celebrating 11th anniversary. We never experienced such a massive change of working. Actually, it was very surprising how we change our methods, how we change our workflow, how our clients become more sensitive for some particular things, and that's something what I consider very, very, very interesting. And I think once we can research those topics in some research works, which will result in maybe PhD or something like this. So what happened in here in the Czech Republic? We had a first wave, quite not that strong as other countries, but the second wave of COVID from starting in October or November last year was very massive. And in the first wave, we were actually working with any change inside the studio. We were meeting and we were visiting our clients quite normally. But the second wave was big step further online space and online work. In one hand, it was complication. In the other hand, it was space full of opportunities, because the world was shrinked into the keyboard and a monitor of a laptop or iPads and other devices, electronic devices, and our set of tools was also shrinked from all those physical models and physical sketches into drawing in the 3D and 2D online or things like that. So the workflow changed, but the efficiency was at the end maybe even more progressive than before. Epidemic urbanism is one of examples what I was talking about, because I sit here at home in Brno. That's the second biggest city in the Czech Republic. And I thought to you, you are in New York, and it was maybe like a year ago, not impossible, but it was not that easy, because nobody was using those technologies that frequently as nowadays. There's one very interesting feature in our profession regarding the topics our clients are asking for, and that's what I want to also describe. That I'm talking about the shift from monofunctional buildings and projects to multifunctional buildings and projects, because everybody realized that if the urban landscape or the buildings are focused on only one function, and the function is affected by something like COVID, entire building or entire part of the city, or maybe even an entire city, is suddenly dysfunctional. So the multi-purpose architecture, multi-purpose buildings with multifunctional schemes are nowadays more acceptable by the client side than before, because we all know those office parks and those campuses which rely on only one typology and one type of inhabitants. And those parts of the cities are named as ghost towns, not only during the weekends as we were used to, but entire week and entire year actually are empty. And to sustain a coffee or restaurant or such a thing in there is now completely impossible. So the multifunctional and multi-layer places and projects are in favor now. So that's what I was very maybe happy that the multifunctional schemes are now ongoing even more than before. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ondřej. I'm wondering if you could just say something really quickly about kind of based on the lessons that you've learned kind of through this time, whether how practice has changed or how design has changed. What do you think the future of architectural practice should look like, maybe more broadly or sort of in the specific region that you work in? Do you have a vision for what you would like to see from architecture in the kind of post-COVID world?
If I will dream a little bit about the post-COVID world, if I will talk to the audience about what I do expect from, what were the lessons and what I do expect in the positive manner, I think in personal, the personal experience was that the home office is, if it's not mandatory, is very beneficial for the family life and to see our children how they grow. Because I just have a little daughter and I spent a year with her, and it was actually great. But if it's mandatory and it's I don't feel so free to work as I need and as I want. And I think the online transmission and the online environment was developed much further. What means that the globalization is even in the good manner, is even bigger and even smarter than before, that we are able to communicate very naturally now through the online platforms. And that's the benefit also in the architecture. And the post-COVID cities, that's something what I tried to explain a few sentences ago, that the multi-layering functionality and the versatility of the buildings and of the cities is something what we learned, that if the city is multifunctional, can more likely sustain any problem than the monofunctional neighborhoods and cities. So that's my vision, and I hope it's gonna be fulfilled.